If you rely on solar power for your home, your RV, or your van, you know the importance of being able to point your solar panels at the sun. It makes a huge difference in how much power you can get out of them. Unfortunately, a lot of RVs, they mount the solar panels flat on the roof. This is a pretty typical solar panel setup on an RV. Here's another one. And this is fine, but it's never pointing directly at the sun. And sometimes it's blocked by, whatever else you happen to have on your roof. A lot of RVs will make up for these inefficiencies by just adding more solar panels, which just adds more weight, more complexity, and more potential problems. When you could just be able to aim the panels at the sun and make a big difference and get by with half the panels or less. Now you can go online, there's all kinds of tilt mechanisms for your solar panels, and they can work pretty good if you happen to be able to tilt them towards the south. This is a pretty typical RV spot in a campground. There's literally only one orientation to be able to park this trailer. So if your panels are set up to tilt a certain way and you have to park this way, they could be facing north all day long. Who knows? So that is the big drawback of the fixed tilt mount. Even when boondocking, there's all kinds of factors about which way you're going to be able to park your van or your travel trailer, or literally anything. It could be for the view, the wind direction, trying to get level, whatever. It's just often not in your control to be able to park your rig so that the solar panels can tilt up towards the sun. I looked all over the internet for a solution to this problem, and I could not find any device or any DIY that enabled you to be able to both tilt the solar panel and rotate it as needed to face the sun. So I had to make one. I put this together using 80/20 extruded aluminum. It's like a Richter set for grown-ups. Super fun to work with, can get a little expensive, can't deny that. But on this device I used mainly the 1-inch profiles. And it turns out they're strong enough, not much flex. Now the key to this whole thing, I'll point out first, is the this hinge device here, this pivot. I can just loosen these up, and there's one on the other side, and then easily drop the panel down to horizontal position or whatever angle is needed to reach the sun properly. So I'm going to be honest here and tell you that I'm not trying to monetize this video. I'm not going to provide plans and a whole lot of details. It's been really fun, and I appreciate people on YouTube that do all of that work, but I just don't have the time. So I'm just going to try to zoom in and detail on the various components, and then you can modify these ideas, use your own ideas, or order stuff off of 80/20. But this is the pivot. This is key to the whole operation here. And then for the rest of the frame, I used a combination of their angle joints, and I used some end connectors. And then I got a machined piece from 80/20, this angled brace here. Now the key to this whole thing rotating is this here. It's basically a beefy Lazy Susan called a slewing bearing. This one has a capacity of about 300 pounds, and it is super smooth. I'm very happy with this. Like literally at the little push, this thing can turn 360 degrees. I left plenty of wire slack there. So no matter which way I park, I can tilt this panel and rotate it. Now if I'm here at the RV all day long, I might be running the fridge. Well, I will be running the fridge every day. I might have Starlink going all day long, the fan going, just using a bunch of power. I might come up here and rotate this panel once throughout the day, like start out in the morning and then rotate it in the afternoon. But this is a 220 watt bifacial from Renogy, And here in Nevada in April, I've got more power than I can use. My batteries get down to maybe 85% overnight. So, you know, I could probably just park and point this towards south and leave it there. Now, I've still got a few mods I might end up doing this. This thing does turn so easily that in order to secure it, once I have it in place, I just use one of these wire, rubber coated wire things. Put it down through here, twist it around, lock it off. I'm pretty confident in the mounting that I have to the existing rack on the trailer, but going down the highway 70 miles an hour, I'll have this panel turned around, dropped flat, and I'll put a couple of straps over it. I don't want this whole rig to just blow down the highway. Just share with you a few more details of the 80/20 assembly here. Like I said, you can go online, order all this stuff, think about your connections, think about the flex, the span, and how much weight you're going to be putting on it. This is a pretty big solar panel, but if you want more than that, you could actually make multiple setups of this, depending on your roof configuration. Distribute the weight and have you know, multiple panels tilted up and face towards the sun. You would just have to think about them interfering with each other. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. I encourage you to get out, give it a shot. If you think this is going to be a good way to increase your efficiency, or if you're building out a van and want to go ahead and think about getting the most out of your solar without adding a whole lot to the roof, highly recommend this. It's worked out great for us.